Hey, welcome back. It is a terrific Tuesday edition of Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tobacco. Yep, we're still in the Corona Bunker Studios right here in the rotting Big Apple. We're in Staten Island, New York. Real hot zone, Staten Island, New York, in a heavily contested congressional race to try to get back the House. Nicole Malliotakis and freshman incumbent Nancy Pelosi puppet Max Rose are in a neck-and-neck race, but insider polling at NBC says Nicole is leading, which is good, and Nicole is sending home a final message. He's for defund the police. He went to their rallies. He's for Nancy Pelosi. He votes for her 97% of the time. I've been with you. I cut your taxes. I did things for the community. I've been your assemblywoman for years. I haven't heard Trump's closing message yet, like a real drive it home. I have my thoughts. And someone that has some really good thoughts on that as well joins us right now. Emma Meshell, member of the Young Americans for Liberty, joins us. Hello, Emma. Thank you for joining us today. So you think that Trump did send that message home in the debate the other night, that we're gonna keep your taxes low, we're gonna get the masks off, we're gonna unlock the economy again, and we're gonna put the kids back to school. I thought that's what a lot of women told me they heard from him.
Yeah, and the suburban women vote is so crucial in this upcoming election. That makes up a really significant portion of voters. And when you talk about defunding police, you talk about shutting down schools, and there's no end in sight to the COVID mess that we're going through right now. And you talk about socializing healthcare, single payer, that kind of thing. That is not a message that suburban women want to hear. And when I talk to the women in my life, my mom, my aunts and my grandmas, they're not super political, but they do care about those issues. And I think that's a pretty good picture of America. Most Americans are not rabid, diehard political people like everyone in the DC Beltway. They care about these kitchen table issues that affect their lives. And I think if Trump can continue to message to those issues, he's not only going to win on election day, but he'll have a successful second term. Yeah,
my thought the other day was the perfect closing argument for Trump is, I'm going to keep more money in your pocket. I'm going to keep more cops on the streets. I'm going to open the economy, and America will be great. Not great again, great. You know what I mean? And I haven't heard a concise message from him yet. I'm hoping they're shaping one. But what did you think of Joe Biden's, dark winter, and what do people think about Biden's point of view?
I think we've heard a lot of hopelessness and despair in the last year, and people are tired of that. They want to feel hopeful. They want to feel optimistic about America, and they want to be assured that this is a good country. It's not inherently bad, and that it's okay to love America. And they also want to hear a plan that's inspiring. And Joe Biden, it was a lot of doom and gloom. And it was even the same thing when Kamala Harris debated Mike Pence. It was this doom and gloom message of, we have everything wrong. There's nothing to live for in this country. And regardless of who you identify more with politically, people like an inspiring message. And Trump's message was, hey, I'm going to keep the government from getting in your way. I'm going to reopen America and get us back to this amazing country with this booming economy. That resonates with people, even if they may not be so inclined to lean towards Trump most of the time. People want to be inspired, and they want to feel good about the country they live in.
So there's a poll out there that said in the last election, 15% of Bernie Sanders supporters voted for Trump as a protest vote because they hated Hillary so much. I know a lot of people who were Bernie voters, and they're really not happy at all with this bargain they made with Joe Biden. And I'm not saying they're all going to run out and vote for Trump, but they are not enthusiastic about going out and voting for Joe Biden.
Not at all. I mean, the Bernie wave was something that was really interesting because when he was running for office, not only this time around, but for the 2016 election, there was just this huge surge in interest from young people who typically tend to not get out and vote. And I think there are a lot of young people in my generation who feel really disenfranchised by the Democratic Party in the way that it has treated Bernie Sanders. And I absolutely think you could see some protest votes there, or some people saying, hey, maybe this isn't the party for me, and exploring like some third party candidates, or maybe even going over to Trump. Because at the end of the day, when the party fixes things and rigs things in this sort of way that's so unfair and that so bypasses what their party wants, they're going to have to pay for it. And that goes on both sides. You need the party to be listening to what people want and not the establishment. The establishment on both sides is to blame for a lot of the problems that we see in D.C. and across America today.
You know what the dirty little secret of American politics is? That us people that are in the middle, not on the fringes of either the red or the blue, we're actually the majority. But they do everything they can to divide us so we don't realize and form as a unit, because then we would outnumber both of them and the normal people would control things. That's what I always think. I always call my audience the purple people because we have some reds and some blues. But you remind me by your appearance, you look to be in the much younger category than me. You probably have a lot of your friends who were for Bernie, who thought it was cool, the old guy and everything free, and they probably thought you were crazy for not loving him.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Portland, Oregon, so I definitely have my share of friends who liked Bernie and were attracted to his message because he was consistent over his career and he didn't seem like an insider in his own party, which clearly was the truth because you look at what they did to him. And I think if we can continue to look for candidates who, maybe they have that Bernie Sanders touch where they can relate to people and really relay that message that they care, but also aren't flirting with Marxism, which is a super dangerous ideology and will completely destroy all the things that we love about this nation. Bernie seems like a nice enough guy. I actually met him in a crosswalk one time in DC. Very nice guy, but his ideas suck. They're horrible. And
yeah, all right. Now, yeah, okay. We got to have her back. Next time, one rule. Okay, I don't want you to hold back. I feel like you're holding back a little bit today. No, I'm kidding. But
all right, I like that.
Don't curse. So let me ask you this: what is the main goal of the Young Americans for Liberty? I mean, as a sentence, I get it, but what are you guys doing in particular?
So I'll start with right now. I am in Detroit, Michigan, and I've been on the ground with some of our student door knockers. They're knocking doors in the suburbs for a guy named Chase Turner, who is going to hopefully get elected to the state house here in Michigan. He is a liberty warrior. He wants to reopen the economy. He wants to fight back against Gretchen Whitmer's tyranny. And yesterday I was doing the same thing in Pennsylvania for another candidate out there, Andrew Lewis. And we have this going on in 155 different races across the country right now.
All right, well, I need some help.
Getting out the vote.
I need some help here. Could I subsidize a team to get to Staten Island, New York? Because we got a congressional race going on here. Nicole Malliotakis, Greek-Cuban immigrant, state assemblywoman going against freshman incumbent Max Rose, votes 97% of the time with Nancy Pelosi, voted to impeach Trump in the #1 most Trump district in the whole country, Richmond County, New York. 82% of the people here voted for Trump in the Republican primary. We need humans. We got to get this woman in Congress. We need people who will support the president, because I think he's going to win going away, personally.
Yeah, you touched on the ground game. The ground game is so important. A lot of people phone it in and they think that they can just run digital ads and TV ads and win elections. You can't. You have to canvass. You have to pound the pavement. So you find us a principled candidate running for state office, we can find you some student door knockers that'll get them in and get them elected.
So you guys are focused on state races.
Yes, sir.
In New York, we're getting crippled because we have a duopoly. We have Democrats controlling the Assembly and the Senate. We're like 4 behind in the Senate. We had it for years, but now we got Cuomo, 2 Democratic houses right down to de Blasio. It's like a rigged game, I'm gonna find somebody. We got to get some Young Americans for Liberty here into New York. You're a great guest. Well, you're a great guest. We got to have you back. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you, John.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. All right, a little news of the day for you. It's also National Cat Day, Black Cat Day. So wish that upon someone else. And it's National Navy Day, like Army Navy, right, Mike? Oh, it's National Navy Day. Go Navy. I love those Army-Navy battles. I am friends with the head coach of the Navy football team. And He taught me years ago when I was a coach how to run the triple option when he was at like Georgia or something. So I favor Navy because I know the guy, but God bless Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, everyone. Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some news of the day right after this.